Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hold on, give us 1 second. We're going to check the sound. Are we good? All right, we good. Once again, shalom.
Shalom.
We're brothers from the Great Millstone Cleveland Church, back with a lesson. Here to feed the lambs and sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. First and foremost, we want to give praises to
Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakwadash.
We want to say double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone and the elder bishops of Connecticut, and peace and salutations to the elect that scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth. As you see, it's a couple brothers from the GMS Cleveland Church, and we're here to feed the lambs and sheep, and we're here to warn you about the impending destruction of America, Babylon, and Great. As you see, the title is called "The End Is Nigh." The end of what? The society, okay, the rulership of those that are sitting in the throne, so to speak. And that man that's sitting in the throne is the man called Esau Edom, which is a self-proclaimed white man, okay, and his end is nigh. And we see all these prophecies coming to pass real soon. Brothers were just speaking about the NATO, what was it, general chief or whatever he was. He was talking. We was talking about the look in his eyes. You can see that this man's he's getting ready for slavery, man. All right, because they know they done heard the word. Okay, it says this gospel shall be preached to the four corners of the earth, roughly paraphrased. So Esau knows his judgment is near. He knows that NATO is going to shoot missiles at America, Babylon, and Great. He knows Russia is going to do away with the beast. Okay, somebody can grab that Revelation 13. Because this is what the saints are waiting for, man. We're waiting to be redeemed. Lord, want to be that number. We're ready to be redeemed out of this bitch, man. Okay, and we're rejoicing. We're rejoicing to see these things, man. We know that the Heavenly Father said His word is faithful and true, man. Okay, whoever got that.
Okay, this is Revelation 13 and verse 9. It says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience in the faith of the saints."
Yeah, that's the patience and faith of the saints. Who's the saints? Psalms 50 and 5 tell you that the saints are who? The Israelites, those that made a covenant. Okay, starting with the elect. We're waiting on that, man. Okay, we're waiting on Yahweh Shah to come back and redeem his elect once again. Could you jump to the first verse?
Revelation 13 and 1.
Because this is what our forefather John and Revelator seen on the island of Patmos in 90 AD under the imprisonment of the last Edomite emperor of the Roman Empire, who was Domitian. Okay, he's seen these visions of a new kingdom that was going to uprise, and Esau Edom was going to be in rulership again. You got it.
Okay. This is Revelation 13 and 1. It says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy." And that's go ahead, bro. And that, and this is the the beast that rose up out of the sea is going into the revival of the Roman Empire, right? You got where in the revival of the Roman Empire, which is modern day, is the NATO and the EU. Okay, the NATO represents the 7 heads, which is the military portion of the beast, and the EU, which is the 10 horns, represents the economic portion of the beast. All right, and when this beast was wounded, one of his head was the Roman Empire that was wounded to death, but was healed, and we're living in that the revival of that head right now. You want to say something about?
Yeah, because he came around 1957, came back into power, which he was known as the EEC, right? Like the brother, I think you mentioned that the European Economic Community. I think that's what he said. But that sea, that the brother read in the first verse is the Mediterranean Sea. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on now. You got conflict in the Mediterranean Sea right now. All right, you have tensions in the Mediterranean Sea right now. There's a bunch of news articles going on about the U.S. And different parties. You know what I'm saying? Participating in tensions according to biblical prophecy. You know what I'm saying? And these are the major players. That the general, the brother mentioned, the general was a NATO general. All right, that's a part of this system. That's a part of this prophecy that we're talking about right now. You got it up.
And the word NATO goes into the breakdown is the North Atlantic Peace Treaty Organization. You know, so these Edomite nations have one mind. It says that in the scriptures that they all have one mind. You know,
yeah. And that NATO was created to combat Russia, the USSR, you know, the Soviet Union. So these guys created this, right, to combat the bear, right, which this chapter goes into. You know, Russia being the bear, their symbol is the bear, right, and prophetically they're the bear who was going to prophetically bring down this current system, who was against this system, even though they are Edomites. That's how you know the Lord's in control, right? He using Satan against himself. Casting himself out, destroying himself, you know, because he's a madman. But the point is that NATO was created to combat Russia. And now you have the NATO general who's speaking on behalf of the whole country, right? Anytime you hear NATO, you hear America spearheading it, you know what I'm saying? Going into these different countries, it's led by America. They doing this, NATO and in America. And then, you know, because America is the modern day Basel, who's the capital of the Idumeans, right? That's why you see America in the forefront. The militaries and different land masses and shit like that. But what he failed to realize is that this was going to come to an end, because once you stretch yourself so thin, you know what I'm saying, you're easily penetratable. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You're vulnerable. That's the word I was looking for. You're vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a solid defense mechanism. You know, you lose sight of what's actually important. You know, because you're trying to take things above your means, and that's what these countries know that, man. They're being these other generals in these different countries have the spirit of the Lord being poured into them to come against this beast, man, to come against this horde, to shoot missiles against her, according to biblical prophecy, man. So this man, according to the title we put, the end is nigh, parentheses E. You know, the end is nigh, because Esau, Edom has an end, believe it, contrary to popular belief. And we're witnessing it's being televised right before our eyes, man. Y'all got it. Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9. It's like in 2nd Ezra chapter 6.
Yeah.
And starting at verse 7.
Yep.
It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And this is Ezra, inquiring of the Lord, as he was speaking to the angel Uriel of when the nation of Israel will get lifted up. You know, because due to being under the curses, all our enemies will have a chance to rule over. And when you read Daniel the 7th chapter, it gives you the four beasts, which was the four heathen empires that will rule up, and the last one to rule. And any reputable scholar will tell you it was the Roman Empire. And then that's when the nation of Israel will be lifted up underneath Yahweh Shah. Then that's when the kingdom will come. So the prophets will constantly inquire, okay, when will we rule? And this is what the Lord is going to answer Ezra. It says,
and if I could say to it, and the proof is, of that is what, when you read Acts the 1st chapter, when Yahweh Shai came back, and that was during the Roman Empire, and the disciples asked him, "Well, was thou now restore the kingdom to Israel?" And it wasn't that time, because why? Because Rome had to fall, and the second Rome had to be reborn again, man. You know, and now we're in that second Roman Empire. If you have ears to hear, you got that.
Yep.
And that's the part that the scholars can't piece together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because ultimately the Holy Spirit is not dealing with nobody outside of the elect of the nation of Israel, which is the men that was set up to teach, not no damn women.
Okay.
Yeah, Lord said our salvation is nearer than what we believe.
Mm-hmm.
Our salvation, why is that so important? Because our salvation, Lord willing, we are part of that number, the 144,000, or the large multitude of men, women, and children, those believers, the elected of Yahweh Shemi Shah. Yahweh Shah said our salvation is nearer than we believe. But that's important because our salvation is simultaneously with Esau's destruction.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So once he's destroyed, the elect is saved. The kingdom of Israel is manifested. Okay? The kingdom is not. This place is not going to go on forever. This general talking about 20 years down the line. The nigga even said himself, we're not in peace. No, of course we're not in peace, man. This is not. Of course not, man. Yahweh Shah himself said, I come not to send peace on the earth, but a sword. Of course we're not in peace, man. So that means that the end is not. You see what I'm saying? Because why? Peace means death. I mean, chaos means death. Peace means rest, life, prosperity, and so forth. So if he's saying we're not in peace, that means we're in a position of war.
Exactly.
You know.
Because it tell you that in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter.
Think about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to go there real quick.
Kind of. It's Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, and starting at the top. It says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven."
God, and how you translate it to the world today, because that's something that people say in the world. They say it's a time and place for everything. But that goes back to that scripture right there.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna jump down to verse 8. Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 8. It says, "A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace."
So it's a time for everything. Okay, it's a time to love, it's a time to hate, it's a time for war, and a time of peace. And when you got eyes, okay, to see what's taking place on the planet Earth, you will know that we're not living in no time of peace. You know, brothers make a reference to the NATO general. He knew that, okay, and many people in the world know that. They can feel it in the air. They can smell it in the air, if you will.
Yep.
You come across a random person, and you might not even be indulged in the conversation. You might just overhear them speaking about something that pertains to the end of this time period. Because when the scriptures speak about the end of the world, it goes back to the Greek word eon, which is what? An age, a time period, a rulership. So that's the times that we living in.
And Esau is going to be the new kamikaze pilots, man. When you do your history, your research on the kamikaze pilots, they willingly committed suicide to take out, a number of enemy soldiers. You know, and this is what Esau doing because he's coming down with great wrath because he knows that he had but a short time, man. You know, and these draconian laws is going to come out. The R for D micro C hit, which is the mark of the beast. All these things that Esau is going to use as war tactics, food sources, because he knows that his time is running out. Man, he sees men waking up. He sees brothers dwelling in unity. You know, and once he sees that, he knows that it's a wrap for him, man.
And then that's a beautiful point because you brought up that C-hip, that subdermal implantable device that he wants to put in you. That's going this World War III. Well, we're in the midst of it, but the nuclear destruction will not come until he mandates that C-hip. Okay, and we see that's coming, the Lord willing, this year. Like the apostle coined the year, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble begins when that C-hip is mandated. You see,
and it's no way to be at peace when you're in trouble. You know, that's a sign that the Lord will be getting ready to return. If you read that.
And then another point that's beautiful. You said that because we're prisoners of war, man. You can't forget that we are behind enemy lines, man. Starting with you so-called Native Americans, okay, from the so-called Mexican down to the Colombian, Latino, whatever you call yourself. In 1492, you was put in slavery. Then the so-called Negro, Haitian, and Jamaican was put in slavery starting around 1619. You know, even before that, they was selling you into slavery too. So you've been under slavery. You are prisoners of war, man. Okay, Yep. You are prisoners of war. You can't forget that, man. You are property, man. Okay, but I got that. This is Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I have come to give peace on earth.
So this is the Lord Yahweh Shah, who the world inwardly calls JC, speaking himself. He said, "Do you think that I am coming to bring peace?"
He said, "I tell you, nay, but rather division."
He said, "I tell you, nay, but rather division." And we read it in Matthew the 10th chapter. He said, "I come not to bring peace, but a sword." Okay, well, a sword is meant to do what? To kill. Okay, to shed blood. Okay, and leading up to that, you will have division. Those that's going to be on the side of the Lord, and those that's on the side of Esau Edom. But even those that's on the side of Esau Edom, they divided amongst each other.
I got something real quick. This the etymology for the word peace. It says, I'm gonna just go to the point I wanted. It says an agreement, absence of war.
Absence.
The absence of war.
Yeah, absence of war, which means that's how you know we're not in peace. He said it himself. He said we are, in fact, not at all in peace. So that means that it says absence of war. You know, so on the opposite end, on the contrary, you know, that means we're in a state of chaos, death, you know, everything that come with war, bloodshed, you know, downfalls, pain, you know, so forth and suffering, so forth and so forth. And that's what the future is consisted of, man. That's what the future is looking like. That's the future for this place. You know, bloodshed, death, you know what I'm saying, murder, you know, so forth and so forth, you know, because it's bad right now, man. And this ain't shit according to the biblical prophecies, man. You know what I'm saying? Jacob's trouble, martial law, all these different things got to come into play. The MOTB brothers mentioned, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what this war is about. This war is to kick off this new currency. You know what I'm saying? They're actually in right on time and issuing this currency. That's why Apostle Tahar said, Lord willing, this year it be in full effect, man. He say if it go in full effect this year, bro, we definitely out of here, bro. This year, bro. Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we at in this whole thing. So the end, Esau's end is not. See, the fact that these prophecies come to pass, he think this is actually going to continue his kingdom. This is actually spearheading his downfall, man. Yahushua himself said, that's what you're reading? He saw Satan fall as lightning.
No.
Yahushua himself saw this kingdom fall. Grab that real quick. Because Yahushua himself saw this kingdom falling, man. You know? He prophesied that. Go ahead, whoever got it. Man, you got it. Slot.
You about to look for it up? I'm gonna grab this word division.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's another.
Grab the word division. One of the definitions is dissension. When you look up dissension in the New Oxford American Dictionary, it says disagreement that leads to discord. So this is why back in even what is that, Daniel 11? That's what was going on back then. Mm-hmm. They couldn't agree. Mm-hmm. Of course, you know what I'm saying? That's the Edomites. Esau has a God complex, especially these Americans. Okay, they say his look was more stout than his fellows. Okay, I even not Google, but I YouTube, you know, Americans, Pride of Americans a couple weeks ago. And these people truly believe that America is going to be forever, man. Of course. This is why they don't leave this place and go visit other countries, because they believe America is the kingdom, man.
That's why Trump campaign was what it was. Make America great again. Yeah. They believe this place is, you know, the God of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They can issue out things and take in things. You know what I'm saying? At will. You know?
Yeah, but that's why in Isaiah 19th chapter it talks about I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they have that plan, that enterprise, but the Lord is throwing that monkey wrench in their plans, and now they're going at it, you know what I'm saying, against each other now. You know what I'm saying?
You can hold Matthew 24 too. Because that's what the Lord was talking about. He was talking about the end is nigh. Because you gotta remember, it tell you real quick, and then you would grab that. It tell you where I'm at. In Hebrews, it tell you what it say. In Hebrews 1 says the Most High at sundry times, right, and in diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets, having these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he have appointed heir of all things, by whom he made the world. So Yahushua, the last days start because he was in the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was the last kingdom to issue in the downfall of Esau's whole system and the whole shebang, to issue in a new system, which is the kingdom of heaven. So this Roman Empire was gonna, like the brother said, was gonna be reborn and so forth and so forth. But the last days started when Yahushua was on the scene. So Yahushua, he was prophesying against these niggas, man. He was telling them, yo, man, I saw you niggas fall, man. Go ahead, I'll bring it out.
This Luke chapter 10, verse 18. He said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. And if you understand lightning, it happens fast.
Yes. Okay,
it strikes fast. Okay, and it's loud. So that's what we see happening. We see this place crumbling fast. Okay, and it's happening right before our eyes. Okay, it's to the point where it's catching people off guard, because they, like the scripture tell you, they inward thoughts at the houses shall conceive forever. Paraphrasing Psalms 49:11. And that vibration was pushed upon all the people. So when people hear about the different immigrants coming, knocking at people's doors, asking can they stay in the sleepers, and the Israel versus Hamas, and when people hear these things like this, it catch them off guard to the point where they perplexed, because they never seen it coming. But guess what? The scriptures, Yahweh Shah himself said it. He said, I beheld Satan. That Satan is talking about his spiritual, it's like his physical counterpart, okay, which is who? The Edomites.
Yeah, it's light travels faster than the sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I had to fact check because I'm like, I thought it was the other way around. But yeah, light travel faster than the sound. He said, I saw Satan fall fast as lightning. Lightning strike, you know what I'm saying? Then the sound comes. You know what I'm saying? So that means fast. Faster than the boom. You know what I'm saying? So the Yahweh Shah was talking about the internal because, you know, the sound is still a part of that whole thunderstorm. You know what I'm saying? You got the lightning and then you got the sound effect. The inner parts, like Yahweh Shah put us in the belly of the beast so we could destroy the system within inside. The prophets came on the scene and was destroying like a virus, and it's like a good virus though, but like a virus to a computer. It goes inside, you don't know it's there. It's in the internal parts of the hardware. It's eating that parts. Yeah, you can't even figure out how the fuck to get the virus out. That's what the prophets at. We're in the intricate details of this man's system, you know, in the belly of the beast, and we're ripping all the cords and we're destroying the whole system, man, by the words that we speak. It started there.
Until you Acts 17, it said, these are they that turned the whole world upside down. Through what? This truth, man. You know, this truth is this truth said in what is that, 2 Corinthians? It talks about how I'll grab it real quick. Talk about how casting down imaginations, strongholds, you know, the veils, the covering cast over all people. And that, who's that? Who put up the covering cast? It's Esau, man. These lies, man. Okay, this man is a deceiver. The scriptures say he shall come out after 1,000 years. In Revelation 20, he shall deceive the whole earth, man. And also to gather Gog and Magog to war, man. So this is what we're seeing playing out, man. And it's beautiful to see this once again.
Yeah, because the war is happening because our words manifested them. I mean, our words were spoken through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shah, and they're manifesting. That's why this war is happening. Jeremiah 28:8. You know what I'm saying? Spoke of wars and evils and pestilence. You know what I'm saying? That's why Esau knows these things, man. Go ahead. What y'all got?
I got a quick recap for you. Just from what you said. This is 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way. Okay, and you got it out. You got it.
Because it was a mystery of who the fact that the Romans was actually Edomites. Just like in these latter days, it was a mystery that the self-proclaimed white man was actually Edomites. Okay, and it said, can you read it again?
2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 7 says, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Only he who now letteth will let, which that's what? That's the Most High letting these devils get away with their deceit.
Yeah.
Okay, until the what? He put the spirit of life back into the prophets, beginning with Elder Abba Bivens.
That's right.
Verse 8, it says, then shall that wicked be revealed.
Then shall that wicked be revealed. By what? The light. Okay, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shah dwelling within his men to expose these devils. Okay, and to line the things that's happening on the planet Earth up with biblical prophecy. That's all simultaneous as the wicked is being revealed.
And that word wicked has a capital W, meaning a specific name placed given to a certain group of people. You know, what's that? A proper noun, or what you want to call it? You know what I'm saying? Something that describes somebody else. You know, so this is what's going on. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
It said to consume with the spirit of his mouth, which the spirit of the Lord's mouth is what? The prophets. You know, he said that he hath healed them by the ministry of the prophets, roughly paraphrasing. That's the Lord speaking through his men. You know, that's how the Lord reveals and ultimately destroys places like the brothers was going into. It starts from within, because the prophets of the Lord is where? In the belly of the beast, which is in what? America.
Yep. Right in the heart of his man's system.
Yep.
You know, tearing it down within, you know, and then without, you know, because within is the spirit of the mouth, and then without, you know, on the outside would be the brightness of his coming, which is Yahweh Shah and the angels that's coming to, you know, finish the job, man. You know, put the cherry on top, if you will. You know, so the end is nigh, man. Look, man. Yo, we closer than what we believe, man. This ain't no time in history we ever been this close, man. You know, not even in 2000, when that whole thing was going on. Not even then. when you look at the prophecies, bro, bubble shot, and y'all got it. Can you grab 2 Ezra 9 real quick? And then you still got to finish that too, man. 2 Ezra 6, 2 Ezra 9, and Matthew 24. Hold that too, because y'all, these are indications that the end is nigh. That these are indications that we're right at the tip of this thing. Go ahead.
2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure.
Start at 2 Ezra 8 and 50, the last verse.
2 Ezra chapter 8 and verse 63. Behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times. But at what time thou hast not showed me?
Right. So these is the last times that we're talking about. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, very same time, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And I was making a point. He was revealing that to Ezra, right? And in verse 62 of the 8th chapter, it said, these things have I not shewed unto all men, but unto thee and a few. So if you don't have this eyesight, the Lord is getting you prepped up to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay, just want to throw that out there too, because a lot of people believe that, no, everybody's not going to be saved, man. There's going to be a few, 144,000, and the elect that's going to be delivered out of America, Babylon the Great. Then you also going to have the elect out of the four corners as well that's going to be delivered, man. Because after elect are beamed up from the nuclear destruction, they're going to come down with the new bodies, and they're going to get to warn with everybody, man, that's not in the right spirit, man, who's not anointed or had a tuwa on their foreheads, man.
Hey, well, that's what the scripture says in 2 Ezra, that like as a wave is to a drop. That's how many. That's the difference or the differential of who's going to be saved and who's going to be destroyed. What you got it at?
Where it said, I'm reading again, 2 Ezra chapter 9, in verse 1 said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right, that's how we know the end is nigh. That's how we know where we're at right now. Because this could be going, it's always been war. You know, our grandparents, some of our grandparents has fought in the war. They tell war stories, uncles, so forth, you know, dads and so forth, you know. So it's always been these type of things. But how do we know that we're at a certain point in terms of time frames? And, you know, it's because of the prophecy. And it's going to explain certain things. Go ahead,
It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before.
Then you've seen the most blood moons, the most eclipse, the most earthquakes, tsunamis, earthquakes, turmoil, uprisings. All these things, bro, are all indications of the end of the end. You know?
And the part, and one of the major signs that he told Ezra in the 6th chapter was what? That the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. The fact that you got men all throughout the country, even all across the globe, saying the same thing, giving the same interpretation of the scriptures, that's also a sign that we'll be in the end.
Yeah, it's a loud chant happening. You know, across the world. You know, it's a vibration. The more you add to that, and it picks up, it overtakes, you know, what is near. You know, that's what vibrations do. It alters things, and it you know, it moves things. You know, earthquake is a vibration. You know, our voices is a vibration. You know, so forth and so forth. You know, it can move things around. And that's what the prophet is doing. We're moving the infrastructure of Esau's society, his system. You know, we're moving those bricks and pushing that shit down, man. You know?
I was about to say, because that's why it says in Malachi about they that fear the Lord spake often one to another. That's everybody being on one accord, man, doing and like you said, chanting down Babylon the Great, man. You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
So when you see these different signs, what did the Lord say? 2 Ezra 9 and 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
The end is nigh, bro. You go ahead. I'll keep going.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, which where did you have a major earthquake on the first day of the year, if I'm not mistaken? In Japan. If I'm not mistaken, it was also one, I believe, in Georgia. Okay, so that was one of the signs.
Yeah, I saw a statistic. I can't quote the number. I can't remember. It was years ago or a year or whatever. And it was saying that I forgot the exact time frame of a brother know and whatever. You know, you can put it up there. But it said that whenever it started, whatever year they started taking this statistic on this particular thing, They said it's been an earthquake every day since then. Multiple earthquakes, not just one, multiple, hundreds, matter of fact, every day, whether small or great, every day, bro, up until now. That the earth is in mourning, bro. You know?
Even the forest fires. You know what I'm saying? They said it's the most forest fires that's been happening in history.
Whether it's man-made or not, bro. The point is that it's happening. That's the will of the Lord. The point that is the fact that it's happening, it's still in line with the Lord. People like, man, what if they just doing it deliberately? No, bro. The fact that it's happening. You know what I'm saying? The nigga doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. He's doing it.
Hey, a man devises his way, but the Lord directs his steps. It's all a little Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Because the Lord directs everybody to fulfill prophecy.
Yeah.
You got it.
2nd Ezra 9:3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Ooh. Yeah, because it's like you said. I think it said in that same chapter. It has I think it keep going.
It says, "For like it's all that is made in the world hath the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest."
There you go. Everything has a beginning. Everything has an end. Our end is death. You know what I'm saying? Our end is death. You know what I'm saying? Everything had a beginning and an end. You know what I'm saying? Our end is no longer being able to die again, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau's end is him being a king. You know what I'm saying? Everything has some type of beginning and some type of end, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're seeing. We're witnessing. You're witnessing the fall of Esau, man. You got it.
I ended up looking up what are the 7 stages of a society.
Oh, yeah. I did that before. Yeah.
It says mixture, gestation. It says expansion, conflict, universal empire, decay, and invasion.
And he said invasion. You got the border. You know what I'm saying? A dude did a TikTok video or whatever about immigrants on the corners.
I seen once like it was I guess he was crossing the Texas border, and he was like you'll remember me or something like that.
He said basically you said you ain't smart enough to know who I am, but you're gonna figure out who I am. And he had like a
clean cut glasses. He was cleaned up.
Yeah, they got the shit. The one dude was recording them niggas at the thing in New York at the hotel. When all them niggas I was outside, they look like regular Jakes in suits and shit. He like, look at these niggas. He like, man, I ain't scared, you know. And them niggas had the grimiest look on their face. Grimy niggas, bro. They had the grimiest look on their face, bro. And not like I said, another dude just literally a couple days ago, dude was recording them niggas. He said, look at these niggas, man. He said they on every corner, bro. They was on every corner, bro. Like corner, just hanging out like Jake, bro. The point is that they're being set. And then Kazak had brought out the other day or yesterday about they clipping the wires. You know, the whatever they have left on the borders, they clip the wires. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing, man. So it's literally no you got the other video where the Mexican dude. That dude walked up to him and said, I thought the wall wasn't being built. He said, this ain't for the, to keep niggas out. It's to keep niggas in, you know? So they continued to, I seen a video, bro, years before I came into the truth. It was in black and white, you know? And they had a wall around the whole North America. And they had, how a model, nigga, make them America on the table. And he put a wall around the whole America, man, you know? But the point is this. The point is that this man is at the end of his ropes, and he's there. It said, that he have a short time, you know, because he know if he's moved out of the way, he'll never be in power ever again. You know, he has a complete end coming to his life, man. Like literally, wiped away, man. You got it.
I got a quick one real quick just to back you up. This is Matthew chapter 16 and verse 1. It said the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said to them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but ye cannot discern the signs of the times. And that's what the brother's going into. The Lord has given us the signs to be able to understand where we're at according to prophecy. Now, what's going to happen? The Lord is going to place a stumbling block over certain people's eyes, and they're not going to be able to discern the signs of the times. They're not going to be able to understand the dire situation that we're in. They're not going to be able to understand that right now is the time to get your shit together, man, before shit hits the fan. You know, these things are what does it say in Romans 11, that they were stumbling blocks and snares, you know, to their table.
I got a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, because understanding the time that you're living in is way more important than understanding whether or not it's gonna rain today.
Yeah, Con. Oh, what's that? Is that 2 Ezra 7? He said, what's that, 2 Ezra 7? He said, what you just said, damn, what is it? He said, you can, damn, Salakia, concerned about these things. I'm a Lord willing to come back to me because of what you just said. But it's 2 Ezra 4:37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he measured. Salakia. 2 Ezra 4:37. By measure have he measured the times, and by number have he numbered the times. He do not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. You know, so the Lord has these things calculated to the nth power, man. You know, the Lord, all these things are moving on according. All these things are moving right on time. You know, the NATO member, the general coming out saying what he said. You know, the tensions, the market, the MOTB. You know, the yabber dabber do. You know, the slamming that happened. You know, now they got the disease X. You know what I'm saying? Generation Z. You know, the way the food is, the way the people is, bro. These are all indications that we are literally at the end, man. You know, and Esau, he can't take it, man, because it was also part of his plan, but his plan was also his destruction, his demise, bro. Go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can find that what you just said. It was 2 Ezra 7, I think.
Somebody got some? This is 2 Ezra 7, and I'm gonna start at 43. It says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time."
When you go to the word doom, the etymology of it goes back to judgment. So the ultimate day of judgment is when Yahweh Shah returns. That will be the end of this time period, this rulership of the wicked.
It says, "In the beginning of the immortality for to come."
In the beginning of the immortality, which is going to be obtained through righteousness, okay, that's going to be given to the elect of Yahweh Shah. Okay, that's who immortality is for, the elect of the nation of Israel, not the heathens.
It says, "In the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past."
God, wherein corruption is past. We ain't got to have to worry about a nigga walking past with a dress on in the kingdom.
Or a goddamn Edomite ruling over you, man. Because that's how corruption has polluted. It says, wickedness has exceedingly polluted the earth, man.
You should have started at 42.
But it says wickedness has exceedingly polluted the earth. You got it?
You. Yep, this is 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 6. It says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth."
Who was it done by? When you go to history, it came through the Grecians, starting with Alexander the Greek, and then his 4 emperors, man. Okay, which is Lysimachus, Cassander, Ptolemy, Seleucus, which were Edomites. Okay, they spoke Koine Greek, which is an Edomite language. Okay, these are the ones that polluted the whole earth, even up until this time. Because I believe those men are back here this day, man. This is why wickedness is even more polluted than it was. It's polluting the earth more than it was before.
Because we read it in the scriptures of First Maccabees, it said, "In those days," roughly paraphrasing, "was evils multiplied in the earth," and it has been multiplied over and over, more and more, all the way up until this time, and it's only gonna get worse. That's how the wickedness exceedingly polluted the whole earth, because Esau Edom has conditioned everybody, okay, the heathens and everybody else he has conditioned everybody to follow after his way.
Yeah, it says vegetables should be good, cheap, and still even then, roughly paraphrasing, then shall evil still increase on the earth. You know.
I got the word pollute in the etymon. It says to defile, violate the sanctity of, render ceremonially unclean. It says
that's what Esau has tried to do was make us unclean, man. Through the multitude of stumbling blocks that he's laid out. You know, all these stumbling blocks that Esau's put out was to throw off the elect. He's not worried about 2/3 niggas, because 2/3 niggas it has a mindset like him. You know, these things he's trying to, you know, but that's what the scripture says, who can lay charge to the Lord's elect. You know, these things are pointless, but Esau's going to continually going to try.
All right. Another definition is contaminate the environment. You know, this is what this devil is doing. He's contaminating the whole earth. Okay, when you go into the word Eden, it goes back to the Hebrew word Aidan, which means paradise.
Yeah.
The whole world was a paradise until this devil got into rulership, man. And if this devil was to continue to rule, there would be no fucking planet Earth, man.
Right, that's why you got that Matthew 24.
I got it right here, yeah.
Can you finish that?
Yeah. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 7. It says, "Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves."
Right, because the Lord is about to fuck. The Lord is acting, not about to. The Lord is working, man. He's going to continue to work when he puts the spirit on Gog and Magog to shoot missiles at this bitch. You got it.
Kind of.
Was more than that?
Yeah, kind of just a little bit more. It says, "Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually."
Continually, man. And Ezekiel 9:4 says, that sign that cry for all the abomination that's done in the midst thereof. That's what a righteous man will do. You will complain about how this devil was ruling the earth, man.
Yeah, that's another indication that the end is nigh. Because at one point we was shut up. We wasn't crying. Our spirits was crying out, you know, but you know, we wasn't physically crying out, you know, with our mouth. We were calling on different gods. We didn't know the name of the Lord. We didn't know his essence. So we at one point we was just completely stripped, you know. So that's another sign that the end was not. We talked about the prophets being on the scene. That's another sign that the end was not. That the prophets came on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Thus said the Holy Scriptures, man.
Yeah.
You know. But can you get that Matthew 24 real quick?
Yeah, kind of.
You gotta jump up to 16 too.
Which you must start what, 22?
Yeah.
God. This is St. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 22. It says, "And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." You know, and that's what you wanted? Yeah, kind of. So that's what's going to happen, man. The Lord is going to shorten the days for the elect. Now, and simultaneously, what does that mean? That means he's going to shorten Esau's rulership, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Because he will destroy everything, even including himself. That nigga, if he could, he would fucking put a rope around the sun and bring that motherfucker down.
Yeah.
Like Goofy, you know, if he could. But he can't go it out.
And you know, it's to the point where he's, you know, putting chemtrails in the sky just to block the sun rays.
Yeah.
And not knowing, I mean, well, he knows that it's destroying the food and everything that needs, you know what I'm saying, the sun rays. Yeah, exactly.
Vitamin D
yep.
That, you know. You know, that nigga, he has to do stuff like that so that he can live longer, you know. But the very fact that he is doing that is also another indication that the end is not. The fact that he do put chemtrails in the air, he pollute the order. He the air. He got plastic, water. But all these are different indications that we're approaching salvation, man. We can't live like this for long. They talking about one sip of water by one intake of this shit, bro. Is terrible, bro. Niggas drink this every day, bro. Come on, man. We can't live like this, bro. We would be consumed, bro. Oh, man, that's Wisdom Solomon 4, dealing with Enoch. They say, you know, he had to be translated, or the evil was gonna corrupt his mind, man. You know, we have to. That's how you know we're at the end of this shit, man. Because brothers is just wore out, man. You know. Go ahead. Well,
that's what the scripture said, that he shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Come on, man.
You know, constantly harassed. You know, and then this is part of it.
Yeah.
You know, the BPA and the plastic, the foul water, food, all of that, you know?
Yeah, nigga convinced our woman to be against us, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to battle this nigga and everything on the outside, and you go home and you still got to battle the same fucking nigga because she thinking like this nigga, bro. Like, come on, man. So this how you know we're at the end of this thing, man. Yahweh Shai, like he did with the flood, like he did with every judgment that he's brought upon the earth. He's reached that point, or we're reaching that point of him being complete. Like, you know what, this enough is enough, man. You know what I'm saying? And her sin has reached unto heaven, man. You know.
Yep, kind of. Keep
what you got? Is it more than that? Yeah, it is more than that. Read that. Read that.
Verse Matthew 24 and verse 23. It says, "Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is the anointed, or there, believe him not. For there shall arise many false anointed and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so much, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect."
Yeah, go jump down. Jump down to 29.
Verse 29, it says, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory." And he,
so leading up to Yahweh's return, these are the different signs. And ultimately, leading up to his return, it will be a great time of tribulation. That's why he said, after those days of tribulation, then the sun will be darkened. Roughly paraphrasing, the brother just read, going into how the missiles will block out the sun, like there's going to be so many of them. Okay. And then it said, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken, which is what? The different governments we see. Because America is not the only government that's collapsing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, bro. Because Yahweh said on his head was many crowns. You know, so that proves that this is not the only nation collapsing. And they know that, you know, when Esau go down, they go down too, man. Hey, jump up to 21, then you could jump back down if you want.
I want to throw this in real quick. It's a spirit. I just got an alert from Newsbreak. It says Joe Biden is risking World War III. That just popped up on my phone. So you know it's the spirit, man.
With Joe Biden, he is a puppet set up by elites. Because ultimately, it's the elites that's trying to issue in another war. Because every time a war will come, that will bring forth what? A new currency.
Also, I don't know if y'all ever seen the video. It says all wars are bankers' wars.
Of course.
This is how, with all these wars, they bring in more draconian laws. Okay, to the point where the most draconian law is about to be that sea hip. You got it up.
Jump up to 21 real quick.
This is Matthew 24 and verse 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be."
And that will happen because when you read earlier, he said that the gospel will be preached. So once the prophets will be risen up to prophesy the end, then that's when the things that they prophesy will actually start to happen. That's how that great tribulation will come. Because the prophets in these latter days are saying that we're about to come into a time like never before. Brothers are speaking on certain things that let these devils tell you, which is the truth, that it's a lot of record-breaking things, whether it be the murders, the earthquakes, the wildfires. Just a lot of record-breaking things that never happened in history. Why? Because we come into a time like never before.
Yep.
And jump down to 32.
And if I could say too, because the men that wrote these scriptures are most of them are back today if they're not in the spirit world. So they're the ones that are really out here breaking everything down. Like you be woo, bro. You be like I be listening to LDS Shalom, but I'm like, damn, this mother breaking everything down like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because we believe through faith that these men are coming back in their life, in the things that they didn't understand back then. They just got the vision and wrote it down. Now the knowledge has increased. And now everything is being able to break down properly, you know what I'm saying, to be understood and to be made plain upon tables, you know?
Yep. Jump down to 32.
Jump down to verse 32, Matthew 24 and verse 32. It says, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh."
And when you read in Luke, he said, for all the trees, whenever trees start to, the leaves start to grow back and they green, you might see little berries or apples, whatever the case start to grow. That show you that the summer is approaching.
Yeah. Verse, you want to say something?
Spring, life springing forth. You know what I'm saying? Life is starting to abound itself, you know, before. So that's the indication that death is no longer supreme. Over, you know.
And some of our deliverances have happened during the Passover, which is the beginning of the year. at the exodus out of Egypt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The death and resurrection of Yahushua.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All these things shows us about certain things happening. You know, when winter, the dead time is over and things start to get refreshed, reborn again.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Verse 33, Matthew 24, verse 33, it says, "So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door."
There you go, man. Yahushua is prophesying these things, man. You know, we apply these things to this time. A lot of things, you know, that was said was for particular times, and a lot of things are for this time. You know, a lot of things are manifold in the scriptures, which are a part of the prophecies. So we're seeing the signs, and we're seeing, you know, we're seeing the signs, bro. We mentioned the blood. We mentioned a lot of the signs already. We don't got to go back into them. But this is our indication that this man is on his way out of here, man. He's trying to hold this motherfucker up as long as he can, man. You know, he still got the Super Bowl going on. He still got the NBA championship. You know,
like, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with that Super Bowl, they talk about it's gonna be a black national anthem played. You know, that showed you, because the Lord said the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst. So now it's to the point where these devils just doing anything.
Yeah, he got the they just did the what's this shit, the Harriet Tubman bill or some shit. Now her face is on the $20 or whatever. Now they just passed that too. They trying to keep, how you know they trying to keep the kingdom going? Because they got Jake involved. Jake holds the kingdom up. You know, so they got, okay, let's pass this bitch and put her on the face of the whatever. Now they give them some more hope that they can get out of this or whatever. You know, and that's another indication, like you said, the nigga just doing whatever, just try to stay afloat to get this shit over, man.
Well, if this devil was smart, he would know that's how the Western Roman Empire fell.
Yeah, but
when he bred in circus, what happened? Jake eventually crept up in there and took over, man.
Yeah, man.
And this is what you see happening again. That's why you got so many so-called rich black millionaires and billionaires, and they're doing it on. Cameron got his own little off-spin ESPN. So you see, Jake is coming up, man. Jake has figured out the maze, so to speak, of Esau's system, and he's coming up.
Man,
Esau
so
doesn't like that. Yeah, right.
They don't own the bank.
Yeah, kind of.
That's why Black Wall Street failed. Them niggas they don't own shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't printing no money, bro, it's over with. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, to a nigga in the world, he coming up.
Yeah, man. But that's yeah.
And if I could say too, because that's why the scripture say that the pride of thy heart had deceived thee, because that they used to work back in the day. They paid Jake off. You know what I'm saying? And they was going with it. You know what I'm saying? But now the Lord's not dealing with the entire nation of Israel.
Man, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a brother did a lesson called I forgot who did it, but I saw it come up on my thing. It said something like Esau's losing the info war. This is the information age. So you got a lot of Jakes also on the contrary that's like, hold on, nigga, you know what I'm saying? They doing this. You even like what's that shit called? Twitch, I think. Twitchers and YouTubers, them niggas like, these niggas is this and they doing all this. You know, even though they doing that stupid folly shit on their platform to get bread, they still also come back like, no, this nigga's off, or they doing this. Now I'm not, you know, one nigga talking about Kai, the nigga Kai talking about Lil Nas X. Like, so them niggas is still conscious of what's going on, so they might say some shit in their platforms all around the board. Tate and all these different niggas, man. You know, so you got niggas that's still on the contrary, you know, talking against this nigga, man, because that's the spirit. That's the indication that we also at the end. The spirit of truth is being declared. You can't hide it no more, bro. To the point that these even niggas doing folly is the spirit just jump on them like Esau's the devil, and then you know he's like the white man's the devil, and then he go back to his platform and shit. Like, it's just crazy how the spirit got it, because we're at the end of this shit, bro. This man is being exposed.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
because that was another
Kyrie, Kanye. Them niggas is, man, them niggas is goofies. But the Lord put the spirit on them to do what they did, and then it opened another door for another platform or another avenue of thinkers. We're at the end. Go ahead, Ox.
I'm gonna read this. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. And this is a sign of the end times, because going back 100 years ago, and even less than that, a so-called black man couldn't voice his opinion. And like the brothers was going into, you got these different streamers, they might be joking and laughing and saying, oh, the white man is the devil, but even that's the truth.
That's it. Yeah, because it could be proven that he's the devil. We could go into his history and prove. That's why he tried to erase all this shit. He tried to take on his statues and remove this and take it out the history books and do all that, talking about slavery didn't happen and indentured servants. And he trying to put all it. He trying to change the narrative now. He was prideful to put it in your face, and now you start to pick it up. Like Nat Turner, like we all became in the form of, whether you're in the truth or not, form of Nat Turner's, meaning rising up and understanding what's going on. Like, oh shit, like damn, we should have taught this nigga how to read. But then, so okay, let's take it out now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you see, man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got it. What was it? More on that? Was that it?
That was it. Yeah.
Okay,
I got a precept.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 8. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him. For inquisition shall be made unto the counsels of the ungodly.
Which is inquisition is what?
Investigation.
An investigation.
Yeah.
You know, an investigation is being done unto the ungodly. You know, because they hurt the unjust, they hurt the just. You know what I'm saying? Which are the elect, and then they got them in possession. You know, Revelations 18, the blood of the prophets. You know what I'm saying? So an investigation is being done right now. That's how you know we're at the end. You know what I'm saying? The light is being shined on upon this nigga, man.
We're bringing you in front of the king of the universe and bringing up charges, man. Thousands of years worth of charges going back to the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, your rap sheet, your receipt.
And Yahweh Shai is our lawyer, man. You know, he's the mediator between us on trial. Well, we're not on trial. Esau's on trial, but we're like the witnesses. We're the witnesses. You know what I'm saying? We're being called one by one to testify against Esau.
Testimony.
Yahweh Shai is that lawyer, prosecutor, and Yahweh is the judge, man. You know, and this inquisition that's being made is everything that Esau has done behind the scenes. And thought that the scripture say that he thought that he was the Lord was altogether at one with him. Because why? Because those things that Esau was doing had to be filled to a certain measure before he was going to be justified to be able to be brought down.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Again.
Okay.
First, Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 8. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid. Because behind closed doors, what do you have these devils doing? You got the Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission. You got all these secret councils where they come up to pretty much enslave the Israelites and do away with them, man. And the Lord is hearing all these things, man.
And that's only part. That's not even making mention of the different rituals and things like that. And the small hats underground and tunnels.
Oh, that's beautiful, because I did a lesson on that too. You know, many brothers did. You know, that's another indication that the end is nigh, is the fact that he now is openly showing you one of his gods or his witches or whatever that thing was on stage at the Davos meeting. Man, like they showing you openly that they do this thing. Everybody you got to be a dummy to not know that was a witch. That nigga, bitch throwing up blessings, kissing them all on the forehead. That's a ritual, bro. That was an open formation of a part of a ritual that they do behind the stages, man. You know what I'm saying? And that was just low level shit. That was some quick, and that was some boasting. You know what I'm saying? Boasting that he still is in control somewhat, you know what I'm saying, so forth and so forth. But the point is that that's another indication that we at the end, because now this man he's putting there, he like, look, he's showing his horns now. He like, he fucking, he's the devil. That's what he's saying. I ain't gonna say but he's saying he's the devil. You know what I'm saying? He's openly telling the people. Like, ain't nothing, and this crazy part, nothing nobody can do about this shit, bro. You ain't got the Lord on your side. There's nothing you can do about this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta submit to this nigga, man. You gotta bow to this nigga, bro. That's what this MOTB is about. He's gonna make it to the point you ain't got no choice but to bow to him. The Lord is doing this. He's making you choose what God you serve, man. That's how you know we're at the end. Why? Because the split is happening. The light is being shined. Nobody can hide behind this or that no more. Everybody's being exposed to what God they serve. So the proper judgment can be executed. That's the end.
If I could say too, and that because you made a point about the warlock that was on stage, those things was tucked off in the shadows before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the first time ever that happened on a gospel still, whatever that shit.
Yep, and that's why it says in Luke that the things that are done in the closet shall be proclaimed among the rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Esau was able to do these enchantments and things behind the scenes, but now through the mouth of the prophets, through the spirit and prophet Yahweh Shemashah, these things are being exposed and brought to the forefront. Now you have some people that have that zeal, but not according to knowledge. You know, that's why you have people doing, like you mentioned, the Twitch, the streamers and all that stuff like that. They may say something real quick, you know what I'm saying? But it all started with the spirit of prophet Yahweh Shemashah and the prophets bringing those things to the forefront. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they got the, like what you said, you got the witch on stage. Because now to the point that people's minds are so far gone, they wouldn't even. Some people will recognize it with some, even if they do, they wouldn't even give a fuck. They're like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? They just want to continue to get in the bag and continue forward in their life. You think that's gonna stop them from taking a vacation next year? That this witch is on stage putting spells and demons on people? That ain't gonna stop a nigga from taking a vacation in 2 months. You know? Go ahead, Op.
All right, we'll finish this out. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1:8. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words.
When you go to the word inquisition, brothers saying it go into investigation, and it also goes back to the layman's terms to seeking out, you know, searching out, because somebody has to be guilty of what has happened to the planet Earth, what has happened to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native, and Seminole Indian. Why everybody think it's cool for a man to be a woman and a woman to be a man. Somebody is guilty for doing all of this. So the Lord has had these devils leaving clues. Okay, and the spirit, the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shemashah has been placed upon the men to put those clues and pieces together and shine a light. Like, oh, that's the culprit right there hiding in the corner. And the culprit will be you devils.
Yeah.
It says, Wisdom of Solomon 1:9, for inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. Yeah, for the manifestation of your wicked deeds. So what is that? Witchcraft, okay, putting spells on people, enslaving the Israelites. You pretty much wanting to do away with the Israelites, because that's what it's all about. It's about the Israelites and the Edomites, man. He wants to do away with the nation of Israel, but we know that if you can't do away with the ordinances, there's no way possible you can do away with the Israelites. So all this shit is in vain, man. Okay, we know that you're going to get a little taste of that MOTB, world dominion. But as soon as that is established, nuclear missiles going to hit America, Babylon the Great, and do away with all that shit, man.
Can I get this word manifestation in them online? That's, you know, this is manifestation in them online. It says action of disclosing what is secret, obscure, or unseen. It says to discover or disclose. You see, so all these things are being brought to the forefront. Now, this is what happens. When what's the governments fall, the things that they did behind the scenes, all of a sudden start coming to the forefront. Things start being leaked, right? News media starts putting stuff on, saying on the TV to be like, people are like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, when you got people rebelling against you, that's a sign in itself. Because you mentioned the word government. Govern, it's a compound word. Govern means control, means mind. So if the government, the very thing that is controlling the mind of the people is not controlling the people no more to some degree in terms of the rebellion that's happening. Anytime you got 7, I'll say 7 for number of completion, because it's numerous of different organizations that's against the government. That's a sign that you ain't got no fucking stronghold on these people, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and obviously that's what they wanted. Well, that's what the Lord wanted, but he put it that, to issue in other things like the chaos, martial law, control opposition, order of KO, things like that. But still, the point is that it's gonna backfire against him. The snares that he has set, he's gonna fall into them, man. He's gonna be consumed by them, bro. Go ahead.
Can I get this precept, bro? Hold this. It's burner right here. This real quick, bro, because you made a beautiful point. I'm holding this. This is Psalms chapter 7 and verse 15. It says, he made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made.
There you go.
It says his mischief shall return upon his own head.
Yeah, because that nigga was, where you at, Psalms what?
Psalm 7.
Okay, yeah, Psalms 9 say the same thing. This nigga made so many goddamn traps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga,
Yeah.
Like,
He don't even know where he laid him
lay
at.
on,
now.
lay on that, man. He like, God damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga fall into his own fucking trap, man.
Yeah.
Because why? Scripture talk about he's never satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's greedy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's greedy, then they don't think about the outcome.
Yeah.
They just keep going.
Yeah.
They just keep going and just keep going. You know, so to the point he's blind. He don't think he has a fall now. Like you mentioned in Psalms 50, they thought the Lord was with him because all these things was able to happen. But nigga, he forgot that he was only used to actually to whoop the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we learned our lesson, eventually if your parent whoop you with that belt over and over again, eventually that motherfucker wear out before you gotta throw that motherfucker away. It's no longer useful.
Yeah,
so he forgot that he was that belt that was no longer useful no more. You know what I'm saying? Now the Lord got to throw us out. He forgot that shit, bro. Go ahead, Art.
God. This is Psalm 7 and verse 16. It says, his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate.
Woo.
You know, and you know, and that's what it is, man. That's what you sow is that what you shall reap. You know what I'm saying? The things that you put out is exactly what's gonna get put in, man. Or take back. So Esau has sown wickedness. He's, you know, and that's what's gonna happen. You reap the same, you know. But you got what's that? Baruch 4, where it says the one that brought these calamities upon you.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 18. It says, "For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies."
Was it? You can start up a bit. Is there more meat on that?
Yeah. I'm gonna keep reading. It says,
Okay.
"Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate." This is speaking from the perspective of our land, you know, because the true people of the Most High is no longer over in that land, so it's likened unto being desolate.
Mm-hmm.
It says,
I can say there's a scattered, you know, so there is not majority of the Israelites over there. We do have speckled birds. You know,
But it also goes into Isaiah the 1st chapter. It talks about your land is your country is desolate, or land is desolate, you know, and overthrown by strangers. Roughly paraphrasing.
Right, kind of. You know, I was gonna say it. We don't have the rulership of that land.
Got it.
Yep.
It says, "I have put off the clothing of peace and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days."
Right? Who's doing that? The elect. Okay, we're the only. Hey man, we the only ones that's crying, man. Okay, we're going out there warning the people, telling you to get your shit straight before the day of the Lord. And what do, man? It says, we have piped until you have not danced. Okay, our people don't give a fuck, man. And this is why you're gonna suffer that thermonuclear fire, man.
But it also says in 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, I think it's the 4th chapter, where it talks about, you know, when they say peace, peace and safety, that's all of a sudden it's what? Sudden destruction cometh upon them, man. And that's, exactly, because that's what's going to happen to those that are waxing fat in Babylon the Great. The Lord is not playing, man. He's giving us his time to get ourselves together, to make sure we're fully entrenched, we're fully rooted in the doctrine, so that way when shit hits the fan, you ain't out here like the old school song says, lost and turned out. Y'all brother,
Yeah.
Brother, brother, you with me, y'all. You with me, yeah. You got it out. You got it.
Baruch chapter 4, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 25. It says, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High."
Mm-hmm. And what's that righteous indignation that the Lord had against us, you know, which is what a justifiable offense, because what we was the ones that fell off, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother Kadash said, hey, he used Esau, the basis of men, to now the Lord allowed the basis of men to rule the entire world, man, the entire globe. You know, just for our fault, for our fuck up, right? But we bear that indignation, like it says in Micah the 7th chapter. You know, you got it right.
It says, "For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck."
Hey, that's the end of the end is nigh, man. You know, shortly, man. Meaning a short span of time, we're gonna be able to tread upon Esau's neck, man. The curse is going to be reversed upon beginning with Esau, Edom, and on the rest of the heathen. You know, all the curses in Deuteronomy 28th chapter and the 15th verse on down, man. We're going to be selling Edomite children, right? We're going to be selling Ishmaelite, everybody, man. You know, that's that righteous recompense that the Lord's going to give us, man.
Yeah, you in book 4? What verse you at?
Verse 25.
Shit, jump down to 31.
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 31. It says, "Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons."
You going?
And when it says miserable is she that received thy sons, it's talking about America. You know, Babylon the Great. Ultimately, that's who received the nation of Israel. Even more so, kidnapped, if you will. You know, been rape, robbing, and murdering the children of the Israelites. They said, "Miserable is she." That's why we see America circling the drain. Ultimately, it's going to be hit with missiles.
Scripture say in 2 Ezra 8:50, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that walk in the latter days, because they are walking very pride."
Right. It's going to mention some of that in that we about to read.
And Esau also said, I forgot where exactly was that, but he said that these two countries are mine, these two nations. That's the God complex that Esau has. That he thinks that he owns. You know what I'm saying? That we're his possession. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he said, Ezekiel was 35.
I believe so.
The land. He said this. He took the land. He said, "Aha, this is my." You know, he took it in his possession, man. You know, he said, like you said, he said that's like taking a nigga chain off his neck. That's the ultimate disrespect.
And they're wearing that bitch around.
And wearing it, bro. That's in gang culture. They say that. That's not what you're supposed to do. We're the jewels of the Lord. He wears around his neck, man. You know, we shine on his neck. You know, and it's like you snatched them, you stole them. You know what I'm saying, from the Lord, and you wearing them, bro. Like, you know.
Scripture says, "Moving not thy labor's landmark."
That's an identifier of who this belongs to. You know,
because every nation has their own portion of land. You see it. The Edomites' land is the land of Idumea, Edom, which is in Petra, Jordan. Okay, Mount Seir, the capital. Okay,
Bowser.
Yep, which is a land that does a land full of nothing, but rocks and dry land. Cause you're not even gonna inhabit that land no more, man. You're just gonna be in slavery wherever you go, man. Wherever you at, that's where you're gonna be in slavery, man.
It says, Baruch chapter 4, verse 33. "For as she rejoiced at thy ruin,"
right? They were glad at our ruin, man. Go ahead.
"and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation."
You going? Yeah, because that's what we're. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say because that's what it says the same thing in Lamentations, the 2nd chapter. That they hiss and clap their hands, and that this is the day that these nations look for. You know what I'm saying? This is the perfection of beauty. They was mocking us, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got it right.
This is Zion.
Yeah.
Like, look at these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Our beards are rough and shit. We walk with a limp and all type of shit. They destroyed us, man. You know, the Lord destroyed us. You know. Go ahead.
Because they look for our downfall, but they don't look for the payment. Okay, that comes. They don't look for the recompense that's gonna come upon them for rejoicing at our downfall.
Like the scripture say.
Because the scripture say that they help forward the affliction. You know what I'm saying? You know.
When our iniquity had an end. You know what I'm saying? They kept it going. Ezekiel 29, they talk about how they put our sins in remembrance. You know what I'm saying? They keep our sins before us, bro. They keep they remind Jake on how to sin every day. Pepperoni pieces and everything is pepperoni this, pork that. Like, I mean, they keep everything of abomination in front of Jake so they can stay in their rotation. You got it out.
It says, "For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude. And her pride shall be turned into mourning."
Yeah, she sell a family story witchcraft, you know, roughly per Malachi, so the Lord is going to take away this concept of an Edomite, man. You know what I'm saying? This concept of an Edomite has destroyed a royal nation, man. Go ahead,
It says, "For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time."
Yeah, that ICBM missiles.
Yep.
You know, the laser concentrated beams from the lasers. And the power from the mighty man of valor, man. You know, and the army of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? All these things are going to take place in this man's destruction, man. You know, go ahead.
It says she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. Ain't nothing go be over but desert creatures.
That's it.
You know, unclean birds and things like that.
Isaiah 19, Isaiah, I believe 20, is it 24 or 34? One or two says it again.
Yeah, Isaiah 34.
Yep.
That's it on that. You got some.
You want to bring it out?
Con, this is the book of Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Yeah, it says now our salvation, which, matter of fact, real quick, grab Wisdom of Solomon 18, and I think it's like 6 and 7. Is it a 5 and 6 or 6 and 7 or 7 and 8? I know it's 2 verses of it.
Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 7.
Yeah. Let me see.
It says, "So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the."
Yeah, it started at 7 and 8.
Kind. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 7. It says, "So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemies. For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called."
It's simultaneously. The salvation is simultaneously with this man's destruction. It happens like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like wiping in the hand. It's like simultaneously. So that's how you know that we at the end. The elect gotta get saved, or there's no hope. You know what I'm saying? For the whole nation. There's no hope for righteousness to reign on the earth. Right? Go ahead. You read 8?
Yeah, I read 8.
Okay, yeah. So he said, read that again.
Verse 8. Wisdom of Solomon 18 and verse 8. It says, "For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called."
Right. So our salvation, meaning deliverance, is nearer than what we believe. So if that's near, that means his destruction is also near. You know what I'm saying? If the Lord is coming back and he's nearer than what we believe, that means Esau's destruction is nearer than what we believe. You know, that's the prophecy. That's what's written, man. You know,
what's the scripture say that to look up because your redemption draweth nigh.
Come on,
you know, we're close, man. We see the prophecies, man. Brothers see the prophecies, man. These brothers on fire, man. We always have to continually chant down Babylon the Great via these video epistles. You know, our personal prayers or supplications we get to Yahweh Shai. These are all the works that we constantly have to press harder towards, man. And because we see the finish line. Yeah. The Apostle Paul likened this unto a race. In First Corinthians, not the 9th chapter. You know, so we're running this race and we see the finish line. So that doesn't mean you slow down like shit, I see the finish line. Bro.
I'm glad you said that, bro. That spirit, bro. That's beautiful because the fact that we getting strong in the spirit is another indication that the end is nigh, bro. At one point, we couldn't get like this. We were Christians, man. You know what I'm saying? We were talking like these pastors in these churches, man. There's no growth there. Like we said, the truth allows you to grow. Yeah. So the fact that we got stronger is the fact that this man is on his way out. Because that's what he did. He took the strong man and he binded him and took him out the house. Yep. That caused the division. You know what I'm saying? You know, you took the strong man out. So the fact that we getting stronger, the fact that the breaches are closed, the fact that you know the northern and southern and northern kingdom is coming back. You know what I'm saying? The fact that all these things is happening is the fact that this man is on his way out, man. You know what I'm saying? It was only a matter of time. Remember, our time ain't the same as the Lord's. These are seconds passed by. He said, what'd he say? Damn, man. I can't remember the precept. Go ahead. But the point that the Lord said this is going to happen fast, man. You know what I'm saying? He said it was going to happen quick. You know what I'm saying? And it is quick to the Lord because a day is 1,000 years. So this means this is a seconds compared to what, you know, our timing. This is fucking long as hell. But to the Lord, this is nothing but seconds, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, 1 hour thou should be destroyed. Yeah, they're nothing but seconds. To the Lord. Yeah.
That goes into seeing Satan fall like lightning.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
bro. Quick,
Mm-hmm.
quick, speedy riddance, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Was that it on that? Who was reading? Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. You want me to jump down?
I said jump up. Jump to
19.
17 through like 19, then jump back up.
The 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 17. And it happened that when I had heard it, I stood upon my feet and hearkened, and behold, there was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters.
So this is our Lord, man. Yahweh Shai, man. Go ahead.
And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
The end is nigh. Why? Because Yahweh Shai is returning, right? He said it would happen when I will begin to draw nigh, man. You know, that's an indication that this nigga is on his way out. That's why Ronald Reagan gave the speech that he did, man.
Yep.
You know, we mentioned that yesterday. You know, nigga talking about if we was fighting against each other and we would stop and we would fight the forces. Shut up. Go ahead.
And then how do you know the Lord is drawing out? How can you tell by measuring the prophecies, man? The judgments that go forth through the planet Earth, man. That's how you know the Lord is coming, man.
Bro, look at the minds of the people.
Yeah, that too.
The niggas is gone, bro. I'm talking about. It talk about that was 2 Timothy, or chapter 3.
But lovers of themselves.
All that. The whole beginning of the chapter, man. You know, having a form of godliness but denying the power of that, man. Everybody got all that's going on right now. He said in the last days, perilous times shall come. Perilous meaning dangerous. That's another indication that the end is nigh, man. These are the end of the days, bro. Go ahead,
2nd Ezra 6 and 19, and will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled.
And right, so our affliction is being fulfilled. We're at the end point of our whooping, of our punishment. Come on, man. You know, we're at the end of that. You know, don't every parent wants the punishment is over for their child. You know, like, all right, man, you can get the cook. You know, like y'all do your cooking. You know,
come on.
You finished it, man. You know what I'm saying? You did okay. You did your shit, man. Let's go. You owned up to your shit, man. You know, go ahead.
And also that's a part of growth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you mess up, you take your punishment like a man, and then you learn from that mistake. That's what we had to learn, good and evil. You know what I'm saying? To learn from our mistakes, to understand, to be true righteous judges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Difference between good and evil. Clean and unclean.
Right, that's that suffering. You know, we went over that study, Galatians 4th chapter.
Yeah. If
you're gonna be an heir, you gotta learn. You gotta come under tutors and governors.
That's right. Go ahead,
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then when I show these tokens, the book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together.
Yeah, the signs. You know what I'm saying? These signs are being manifested. We've been talking about it the whole epistle. You know, you can jump back up.
And if I can make a point, that word world is eon, which means the age. The whole planet Earth is not going to be destroyed, man. Okay, just want to make that point. Because a nigga say, like vocab, he'll say, oh, the whole world is going to blow up in World War III. No, it's talking about the Edomite dominion, man. Okay, that's the world that's about to pass away, man.
Well, it talks about that in Ecclesiastes 1st chapter, that the earth is going to abide forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. The ordinances, all that, you know.
Like Peter said, we look for new heavens and new earth. We're dwelling for righteousness.
New rulership.
Yeah.
New management, man. When we control the minds of the people, it's going to be in righteousness, man. So that means he said a profitable one in Sirach 10. You know? So he's going to set in due time, he's going to set one that's profitable, Yahweh Shai. The ones that joint heirs, the one on one accord is mine. You know? They're going to bring prosperity on the earth. You know, that's how you know this end is not too. That nigga got synthetic meat. He bought all the farms. He got printed meat. Nigga talking about because the cows fart, we gotta kill some of the cows because their fart is polluting the air and is destroying the ozone layer.
Right. And he also said trees. We gotta do away with trees because they don't help the earth. You know, this
what in the fuck, bro? I mean, the list goes on, bro. We'll be here all night talking about how stupid this nigga is, man. Like he is a children of fools, man. He basement. He said estranged from the womb, man. As soon as he was born, he spoke lies, bro. That nigga is estranged, bro. It says right hand is the right hand of falsehood.
Yeah.
Everything this nigga portrayed to be light is actually off in darkness, bro. It produces death as darkness itself, man. Go ahead, all right.
2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, which shall be the parting asunder of the times?
This is a question we all had, man. When we came into the truth, even till now, we like, yo, Lord, how long, oh Lord? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, all right.
Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Showing you that when the Edomites reach their end, it will be more to come after that.
That's right.
It will be another kingdom.
Right, because it said that's the blessing that Isaac gave. You know, it was two blessings. It can't be the same. It was identical in a sense, but it can't. He said, you will have the fatness of the earth and so, but you will be blessed with the sword. Talking about Esau, and he also told Jacob, he will have the fatness of the earth too. So how the fuck? Because why? He said the elder will serve the younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One was gonna have to. It was only gonna be two major players. Only two people in the whole entire earth was gonna rule the whole earth. Esau's gonna rule first. He the only nation that hasn't took over the entire globe. Other nations has ruled certain land masses in a known region at the time. And then it's gonna be Jacob, man. We're the last rulers, man. You know, that's gonna rule the earth. You know, Esau was issued out to push that darkness at a vast level, bro. And then Jacob was gonna come in and clean it up, show you what not to be. Okay, you see what happens when you complete darkness. You see what happened to the earth? Everything died. Y'all all almost died. And then Jacob come in and clean it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's clean this up. Okay, let's not let that happen again. You know what I'm saying? You clean it up. Everything's sitting all right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, all right.
2 Ezra 6 and 8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Symbolic,
because we went into the prophets. Symbolic for Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Right, Yasha Allah, Prince of Power, right? He Prince Power. It was symbolic of that Prince of the Power pulling down this stronghold, man, which is Esau Edom. That dark cloud. He's a cloud over the earth, man.
Yeah, it's like somebody trying to run away from you. They fall. You got them by the hill. You pull their ass back.
Yeah,
that's what's happening with these devils. They trying to get away from their crimes. They falling, and we got them by the hill.
Yep.
Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yep. They talk about Genesis 3, you know,
I was thinking about that,
Khan, and Jeremiah 30 and 24 about it talk about the pain that the Lord will come down on the pain upon the head of the wicked. That's another indication that the end is nigh, because now the elites are being exposed. It was a time in history where you could mention their name and you couldn't dare mention their name. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas is like, hold on now, you talking about them?
Yeah.
They no, hold on now, you know, they name on everything, they run everything, you know. But now niggas like, no, give a fuck. They running up. You got random niggas on the street seeing a nigga walking in the hotel, running up to, hey man, you know what I'm saying? And all of the nigga face, Rothschild, all of the nigga face and shit. And you the devil. We heard you did it. Looking all goofy and shit. You couldn't do that shit at a point in time, man.
Hey, and that's the spirit, because beginning with Apostle Harm down, these men have showed us how to operate and do that. That's why Ezra said that he saw men standing stiffly for the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know what I'm saying? That all goes with the cast it down of Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? And the changing of the, if you want to say it, changing of the guards. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Beautiful.
Kind, big brothers, have anything else?
Was that it on that?
Yeah, I got one.
Kind.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, and verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Because we reaching the end of wickedness. We reaching the end of feminism, Edomite supremacy, which would be known today as white supremacy. We reaching the end of all of this. And it's way better than when the shit first started. Because when it first started, meaning it was still more left to it. But it's nothing more left to this place. And it said, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. But the patient in spirit, that's the saints, the elect of the nation of Israel. They patiently waiting for Yahweh Shah to return, you know, to the point where they could recompense their enemies, beginning with these wicked elite bankers.
Yeah, it said then the proud in spirit, because the proud, it said pride goes before a fall.
Yeah.
You know, so pride just brings destruction. So that's why, You know, there's no continuous city here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we seek one to come. You know,
And that's what, like the brother said, better is the end of a thing. Hey, we're ending our affliction, our
there
captivity.
you go.
You know, the Lord is turning. The scripture said that the Lord is going to turn the captivity of Jacob. You know, so now everything is being turned in a 180. So now the elect are going to prosper, and the wicked are going to take the. It says that in Proverbs. I don't want to, you know, saying make it long, the lesson longer, but you know, the wicked are going to take the place of the righteous, man. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be the ones at the bottom.
Yeah.
The righteous are going to be the ones that are going to be exalted in that day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
2 Ezra 4:28. You know, everything being turned right side
Right
up.
side up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
And that's what you see. You know, so. Close out.
So Lord willing, we hope and pray this was edifying through the spirit of power of Yahweh by Shimon Shah. In closing, we'll go give all honor, praise, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash.
and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, where we learned this truth from. And peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe on this truth in sincerity. Till next time we say, Kwame Ashala.
Kwame Ashala.
Shalom. Shalom.